This is my dog, Lucky.
So that is Exhibit A.
Yeah.
Exhibit A of what you can have in a house. You have a pet. Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. Today we're going to talk about renting a house and how that compares to renting a condo. So it's house versus condo. I've showed you a lot of condos, and people said, hey, why don't you just get a house? You can get them at low prices now, and they're bigger and super cool. And well, you know, I might consider that one day. You know, there are differences, and I think first maybe we'll just walk through a couple and learn about those differences. So let's go take a quick look. So we're here in Jomtien, and we're looking at a house today because a lot of people have asked what's available. So there are things available. Truth be told, the way this works, you got to be here to get the deal. The deals come and go. Right now, there are many people in leases that got them a year or so ago. Everybody's moving. They want the new lower prices. What we really want to talk about is condo versus house. There's condo people, there's house people. Not trying to change your mind of whoever you are, if you're a condo person or a house person, but just to show both sides of the coin, and a lot of people have asked, we'll take a look. This is a good example. This is right in town here. And I think it's a beautiful little garden, very small complex. So we'll go in, we'll take a look, and as we do, I'll tell you the different reasons why you may want a house as opposed to a condo. So yeah, if you've seen any of my condo videos, you know a lot of these condos have almost resort type settings. A lot of them have on-duty concierges, 24-hour, both security, kind of doormen, that kind of stuff. So in a housing area, you usually won't have the amenities to that degree, but here you go. There are some amenities here. There's a small pool here. I don't know if there's tennis courts and fitness centers and all the other stuff, but that one of the first differences, house and condo, are going to be the facilities. So we'll look at that at the end and see which one that's a pro and a con for. But this is very nice here, and even a mango tree right there. So the other thing I guess is worth mentioning is we're just going to talk about comparing rentals here. So for apples to apples, we're going to talk about renting a house to renting a condo. Not so much ownership, but at the end I'll talk about that, because you can absolutely own a condo in your name. House, not so much. There are many people here that own homes. There's different ways to do it, but I'd rather not get into all that. So suffice it to say, houses will come with land. They sit on land, and land is part of the house. And I'll show you what a Thai property marker looks like. These little kind of stones here with engravings on them. Those are recorded in the office. And I guess going along with the theme of land, here's another benefit.
This is my dog, Lucky. My daughter's, this is my wife, Jan.
So that is Exhibit A.
Yeah.
Exhibit A of what you can have in a house. You have a pet. If you're a dog person, cat person, whatever, you can generally have a pet. Are there some places you can't have a pet in houses? Or most houses?
Most houses you can have a pet, yeah.
Most houses will allow a pet, but most condos won't. Some will. I lived in a condo that the lady had a dog just like this one. But most will not. Okay? So much bigger lounge than you'd get in a condo, much bigger dining area, kitchen. I always said ovens are rare in condos, not so much in houses. Ovens are quite common in houses. You just get a bigger kitchen. This is very well appointed. You know, a lot of people that have been here a while
They might come here by themselves, and after they're here 3, 4, 5 years, maybe they're in a stable relationship. Maybe there's a family involved. Maybe there's kids involved, even if they're older kids. Who knows? But 3-bedroom and up condos are very rare. So 2-bedroom condo is generally the biggest, and that would meet some criteria. But you start getting in with families and kids. A 3 and 4 bedroom house is probably the way to go. Here's another bedroom. This one's quite small. It's kind of a smallish bed in here. This would be for some children, a child or something. House like this, you have a lot more privacy, and even though there are a couple houses around, the way it's designed, you don't really, one doesn't look at another. It's like your own private little enclave. So I think privacy, if you're somebody that needs more privacy, you don't always want to be seen coming and going and so forth and so on. It's a little bit more exclusivity. Pets, privacy, space. Security could be about the same. I wouldn't say it's a pro or a con either. There are condo complexes with very good security where you can't get in. My friend lives in one. Every time I go to visit them, they give me the 3rd degree just to get in. But my condo, it seems like people drive in and out. Housing neighborhoods, some have very good security, some don't. So that's going to be a toss-up. But I do think in terms of physical security you have one door generally on a condo. Where houses, you have windows, you might have people climbing walls. In certain areas, houses have been much more prone to break in than a condo. Condo's hard to get in and out without being detected, without being seen, cameras everywhere. Housing, maybe you have a little bit more exposure there, even not talking about the gate guard, just talking about the physical security of your residence with many windows, multiple entrances, maybe darker, not as many people around, so it's an easier target. Plus, the burglars probably think it's a nice place and you got cool stuff. So, let's go upstairs.
So upstairs of this big house, you've got 2 master suites, both with their own ensuite washroom. This is a big 200 square meter plus house. It's 4-bedroom, 3-bath. We saw the big lounge kitchen. It's a luxury house, and it's in town. It's right in town. And for that reason, this is going to command a high rental price. I believe this is marked down from 115,000 baht a month to 80,000 baht a month. Still definitely on the higher end of the rental scale. But most of the time, your houses are going to be a little outside of town. And I think what we'll do is we'll go out to Dark Side or East Pattaya, and we'll look at a house that maybe is kind of more regular and maybe a little bit more reasonably priced for the average budget. So let's head out there and give that a look. So here we are, a more reasonably priced option, priced in the mid-20s per month, and let's take a quick look around.
Pretty far out, down Soyport Promenade or Siam Country Club Road, and this is a much more affordable. It's basically 1/4, 25% of the price. In other words, you could buy 4 houses like this, or rent 4 houses like this, for the price of the first one. I think that puts it in perspective. You do have a nice little outside area. It's never going to be that big. This is actually maybe even above average, the amount of space outside. I think you can comfortably get 5 or 6 bikes back here. 2 cars right here where I'm standing. Another couple bikes right here. And if you had to, another car right back here. This is much bigger than average, which you find. Luckily, usually you're lucky if you can get one car and a couple bikes. This has a huge outside, so that's why the rent is a little higher here. The space, the actual land space, you got this. I don't know what's in there. That's the dungeon. You're not going to find basements. Pretty much that's not a thing here with basements, cellars. So you're going to just have your first and second floor.
So before we head inside, I think this is worth mentioning. This is a water tank. A water tank is needed here to supplement the city water system. This is a pump that goes along with the water tank. So let's just say potential water issues. Sometimes the city water supply is less than adequate out here on the east side, so you need a tank.
Another feature that I didn't think of, I had a lot of this thought through, but another feature is gas cooking with gas. You can't have gas in condos, it's electric. But in a house you can have gas, so that's why they have the gas stove. So same thing with barbecue grills, you're not really supposed to barbecue in a condo on a balcony. I've been in some very large ones that had very large balconies, they had grills, but you're really not supposed to have them. But that's another thing, more flexibility there. So here again, condo versus house, pros versus cons. If that's something that's important to you, gas stoves, barbecue grills, that kind of thing, then chalk one up for house. It's got the second bedroom, not the master, the second bedroom, got this huge wraparound deck, a balcony. Bigger than the balcony we were just on in the master bedroom. That's neat. Which kind of brings me to another maybe feature or benefit or pro or con. And maybe you don't have the other things we talked about. Maybe you don't have the family, the kids or anything. Maybe you just maybe a couple single guys sharing a place. Want a little bit of more privacy away from a condo. Maybe you need some storage space. Maybe you like animals, you want a pet. Whatever reason, something like this, two people could split the rent, live comfortably at $25,000 a month. What's that? Just say $12,000 each. What kind of condo are you going to get for $12,000? You get one, a decent one, but you're not going to have all this space. So for those reasons, things like that. There are many different scenarios. I'm not thinking of all. I'm just throwing some out there. But there are many different scenarios where a house may make a lot of sense. The small bedroom could be converted into an office or something, a workroom. But two big bedrooms, the bigger bedroom is bigger, but the smaller big bedroom has that balcony. So I think that's an even trade-off. Flip a coin, right? Lots of space. Nice big kitchen. I could see two people sharing a house like this. I really could. Or a family. I could see a family.
So we went over some of the pros and cons of each. We've looked at a couple houses just to give you an idea. Let's go ahead and reduce all this to writing, add it all up, and kind of see what the aggregate result is, and just take a look at the whole thing in its entirety real quick. So here are my top 10 comparison categories. Cost and location, I give that the condo. I think you're going to be in town. They're going to have better facilities, pools, recreation, fitness centers, things like that right on campus. So I'll give that the win there. Convenience, public transportation, hospitals, big shopping malls right at my doorstep here. Pets, though, definitely goes to the house. Can't have them in the condo. Oh, some you can. The older buildings and outside of town you can sometimes. Privacy, definitely got to give that to the house. That's really what it's for. Security, I'm going to call that a draw. You know, in a housing area, you got good neighbors. They'll kind of keep an eye out for you. Flexibility, we talked about gas stoves, charcoal grills. Got to give that to the house. Size and space definitely goes to the house. Going to be a lot bigger. You might have room for a craft room or hobbies, things like that. Utilities and water, though, a bigger place is going to cost you more in utilities, and especially here, you could have water issues. And parking and storage, there again, goes to the house. We went over that. Much more outside storage space. So those are the factors that I would recommend considering, and whichever is more important to you, you'll put more weight behind, and that'll help in the decision-making process. So there you go, a comparison between house versus condo. I try to do it as fairly and as objectively as I could. I'm curious to hear what your top considerations are when deciding between a house and a condo, and are there things that I left out? I just gave you my top 10. Are there other factors and things that you consider when making that decision? Be interested to know that. Special thanks out to My Pattaya Condo for helping me with this and setting up the properties. And if you want any information about those, just contact them. They'll be more than happy to help you. But I hope you enjoyed the episode here today. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.